We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
All right, Tom K. Hold on a second here. Tom K says he has a Sendacus. I'm sorry, I'm going to start again.
Ascend Acoustics.
Ascend Acoustic Sierra Luna speakers ordered to replace his surround and surround back speakers. These are the new ones with the tweeter. Is that right?
Yeah, they're the new on-wall ones with the ribbon tweeter.
Yeah. In his current setup, the bottoms of his surrounds and surround back speakers are about 5 feet from the floor, as per the older Dolby recommendations for those having those speakers elevated. Dolby has expunged all of that from their website, and now they're like, no, we always said it was supposed to be at ear height. We always said that. We never said anything else, you liars. His surround speakers are more or less directly to the sides of his rear row of seats, which puts them a fair distance behind the front row. Tom is thinking he'd like to lower all 4 speakers by about a foot and maybe move the surround speakers forward so they're in between the front and rear row of seats. His primary goal is the best Atmos experience, and he wants to be in the bubble. So what do we recommend in terms of ideal height, and where do we think his surround speakers should go? Now, there are some pictures associated with this.
Yes.
I believe. Okay.
And I wanted to mention, now this is going back a couple of questions, but, when we were talking about actual physical speakers, regular bookshelf style speakers, these are sealed. He has installed them in his ceiling and put some nice trim around them, so you can see those in the images if you come to youtube.com/c/AVRant and watch the video version of this. Yeah, it is like a picture frame. And he's thinking about potentially doing a similar thing, like putting that type of frame around his surround speakers. So he's thinking maybe he moves his surround speakers, the side surround speakers, into the wooden columns that he has that are right about halfway between his first row and second row. And then he could put a nice frame around
where does he sit?
His side surround speakers if he does that. Yeah, I don't know which one is his primary row, to be honest. I believe it's his front row given where he's placed his Atmos speakers. Because he's placed his Atmos speakers just slightly in front of and about halfway between the 2 rows, but slightly in front of the front row.
Yeah.
So I believe that his front row is the primary row of seats.
If your front row is the primary row of seats and you want to take those speakers and put them just below that light, which is what I think he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what he's sort of stenciled in there.
I would be okay with that. It's not going to be great for the back row, but then again, we don't like the back row because we don't sit in the back row. Therefore, the back row has got to deal with its own problems. Back row, you do you. Okay, you get surround back speakers. You've already got the Atmos speakers that are supposed to be rear speakers in some way, or maybe they're top middles. I mean, I don't see how they could be top middles. It can't be. They can't be top middles. There's no way they're
like
middles.
That, yeah.
So there, you've already got your back row not getting, your top rear speakers behind them. So what do they care if they get the surrounds, behind them as well?
Yeah.
The way there's, or at least next to them, the way that you kind of have them right now. I would be okay with this. I would be okay with this.
Yeah. Now, for the surround back speakers, though, he's lowered them to be the same height as where the surround speakers would be if he put them in the column below his wall sconces.
I did see that little brown thing. So the brown, if you're looking at these pictures, these brown things on the wall are where the speakers would be. That is too low.
That's too low for those surround backs. And he was like, oh, shouldn't they all be the same height? I go, you have tiered seating.
Yeah.
It's fine for the speakers to follow the same sort of tiered path as the risers.
Line of sight to your head, dude. And line of sight to your head goes through a couch, perhaps a tall person, and another couch before it gets to your head.
Yeah.
So they need to... I would put them halfway between where you have them now. I mean, you could leave them where they are. If you wanted to lower them a little bit, I would lower them about halfway between where you have the current speaker and where you want the speaker to be. Halfway between those two things is where I would put them.
Yeah, because I could see lowering them a bit from where they are. Right now, they're quite high for the surround backs, but I wouldn't lower them as much as where those little stencils have been placed. I think that's too low.
I agree with that.
Those are our thoughts there. Yeah,
I agree with that completely. Okay. Oh, that's all of that. All right.
You did.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.